In this week's video, we're going to talk about gap control. And more importantly, we're going to look at how gap control not only is a vital aspect of playing defense, but it is also a vital aspect in transitioning and creating offense for our team. And on this clip here, you can see the Chicago defender identifies his man coming up the wall. He doesn't be aggressive here and try to hold the line because it is 100% possession. So he's going to give up the blue line here, but you can see how quickly he tightens up his gap. You can also see he has a good stick position here, eliminating that centering pass to that swing man. If we stop it right here, we can see D2 has identified his man now, and instead of backing in straight onto the goalie, he's going to take an inside-out route, forcing that guy to the wall, having good stick position, and then creating a turnover in the top half of the zone. This is two good examples of how to control our gap. Let's watch it at full speed. So you can see this player's coming around, identifies full control, quickly closes his gap. D2 quickly identifying and closing his gap and creates a turnover. Here's a good example of crowding or gapping up to eliminate pass options. As you can see here, Pittsburgh is exiting the zone, and you can see this D that is highlighted right here has crowded and taken away that pass option by gapping up. So we can do a good job of eliminating options just by taking away ice. Here's another good read by the Canadian defender this time, recognizing that the Russian has full control. He's not trying to be over-aggressive and hold the blue line, but he gives up the blue line. Also here you can see he takes an inside route and he gets inside the dots, forcing the Russian player to the outside, and then he quickly gaps up and takes away his time and space. A good stick here then creates a turnover at the top half of the zone. So you can see how getting inside the dots and then quickly closing the gap is going to lead to turnovers or force that guy to dump the puck in. Here's another clip from the Canada-Russian game, and the Canadian defensemen do a really good job of staying tight, giving up the blue line because they see possession, but you can see here how tight these two red defenders are to these forwards, not giving up too much ice, and they're there to contest any play or turnover, and that puck goes back in. Here's another great example of the Canadian defensemen containing a tight gap, not backing all the way into the neutral zone and being a zone away. They are less than half a zone away from that puck, and now they create a turnover and puck goes back in. We can really see how that controlling the gap here will always help us defend, number one, but it will also help us create turnovers, which will help us transition back into offense. We're going to look at a couple of minor hockey clips. This is the U10 AAA Hamilton Steel and White. And this is a face-off loss where the team in red, which is Quinty, is now starting to initiate breakout. If we isolate this left D right here, we can see the gap between our left D and their right winger coming out of the zone is already too big. We would like to see this defenseman crowding and taking away space and taking away this right winger as an option. Because we've backed up and we've given this forward too much time and space, they're now able to generate speed, which puts us into a disadvantage. So if I continue this video, we can see how this gap grows, and the available ice and time and space that this forward has puts them at an advantage. Now, after this defenseman fails to close the gap, what we should see here is him to initiate a good angling where we're protecting from the inside out and forcing this winger to the outside. What happens here is our defenseman now takes a straight line attack, which allows this forward to cut back and obtain the middle of the ice, the most dangerous part of the ice to defend. Here's another example of struggling with a little bit of gap control. Same thing, U10 AAA game. So we're identifying 2D here that have already given up too much ice to these wingers coming out of their zone. So as we play this clip, we can see that the D, instead of staying up and controlling their gap, are now just backing in towards their end zone and giving up way too much ice in front of them. What we want to see these D up, taking away time and space. As we play it here, we can see same thing. We're just backing up, giving up ice. Right? We want to take that gap and we want to shrink that gap by about double and take away all their time and space. The more time and space we take away, the more speed we eliminate from the opposing team, and it gives us a better chance to defend and be able to poke pucks with a good active stick. So we'll play it one more time here from the beginning. We can see that we want to be crowding right here. We do not want to be giving up this much ice in front of us. And as Quinty comes through the neutral zone, our D do not close up and gap up. They just continue to back right into their zone. The more we back up, the more speed we allow the team to generate, and the more speed that is created makes it much harder for us to defend. As you can see here, we just allow too much speed through the neutral zone and into the zone entry, and then we have to rely on getting a good save from our goaltender.